Hello, everyone. Welcome to yet another episode of your favorite podcast, the Clicks of Influence podcast, where we discuss everything content creation, photography, videography, and of course, creativity. And today we are joined by an ancien, as I will call him. He has been into photography for over 35 years. He started his journey working in the Indian Air Force for 10 years. And then he also did sales in a camera shop for another 20 years. And he got into starting his own brand called iBrand Connect, where you can get everything content creation equipment and all. So today we are joined by Sir Shaji of iBrand Connect, and we'll be discussing on a very important topic, right? Must have equipment or accessories for content creators in 2025. And at this point, I'll just turn to my right to meet Sir Shaji. Can you start by introducing yourself, sir?
Hi everyone. First of all, thank you, Ben, for inviting me for such an amazing event, which is a podcast series that you're doing, which is good. I really, appreciate your efforts, and for sure you'll go into a totally different level. Now, it's the era of content creation. My name is Shaji, and I've been to this country, which is UAE, for the last 25 years. And before that, as Ben mentioned, I was an aerial photographer at Indian Air Force. So 20 years I worked with the distributor, and out of that 20 years, 8 years worked as a brand manager for Nikon, and 6 years I was heading the photography department. And when I started my own business in the year 2019, that is iBrand Connect. So the concept is connecting brands, connecting individuals, connecting institutions together in one umbrella, and passing the message of the content creation to its extreme and next level. So we are equipment sellers,
okay,
and we are distributors of several photography as well as content creators equipments. And on top of that, we conduct many events throughout the year. For the last 5 years, we did almost around 390 physical events. That's from the time when Corona started. From that day till now, we are keep going the same pace, and we are a famed lover of the passionate souls like you.
Oh, wow.
That's what about me.
Wow, truly, truly amazing. And I mean, that was a very, very powerful introduction, so to say. You made mention of the fact that your brand is about content creation equipment, and that makes you the right person for today's topic on the podcast, because we're looking at accessories necessary, like those accessories that are must for content creators, right? So I just want you to, let's go straight to the topic of discussion.
Okay.
We might, come back and discuss some other things related to the brand and yourself, but let's look at the topic of discussion. We're looking at accessories for content creators in the UAE. What would you say are the top or most important accessories a content creator should get?
Okay, so this is very important. For example, everyone is a content creator these days. And once you post this content online, it becomes really challenging for you to get the similar one again. So I always suggest those passionate content creators. Of course, at the initial stage, it becomes a bit challenging for someone to invest on equipments. But, gradually you start having the perfect equipments to get your voice right, your light right, and at the end, it has to go through a nice camera to grab all what you are talking. Of course, in certain stages, a teleprompter also is very important. But those who are casually moving, talking about their own pace. That's not that
Like
important.
vloggers.
Yeah, like bloggers, that's not, but again, equipment makes a lot of sense in creating the content. Yeah, so now your question is like what all that I suggest to
Yeah.
a
If you're
content
to
creator.
suggest to a content creator, what are the top, equipments that you want, if you're getting into content creation, where do you start from?
All right. See, thing is that nowadays online is so powerful, and whoever is coming as a content creator, for sure, they'll be doing a lot of research in on YouTube, as well as like all other social media pages. Now, what takes you, what stops you, is not just the content is being explained verbally. It's the lights and the kind of sound. If the sound is not pleasing, immediately you go to the next page. Similarly, if the light is not good, again you go to the next page. The ambience, like the background, has to be really nice, and some elements which helps the background into attraction is another thing which is very important. So basically, you need to have a device to shoot, which is either a smartphone or a camera. So of course there are a lot of questions and controversies, between whether
Which
smartphone is
device
good
to
or
the
camera
camera?
is good. Yeah, it's again, it depends on the kind of affordability that you have. To start with, a smartphone is more than enough. Now, once you keep going, a mirrorless camera is always a better choice, and a mirrorless camera which is having a 4K recording capability, so you can even after getting the initial input, you can create your own editing. You can zoom in, zoom out. So for that you need to have a decent mirrorless camera. So the next thing is like, of course, once you have a camera, then where that is getting recorded. So a fast memory card. So
Yeah.
memory card is very important again.
Very important.
So each part of what you shoot is so important, and the memory card also got different speeds. So to get your content properly recorded, you need to go for the fast memory cards. So okay, now it is got recorded. Now those recorded thing has to go into a device along with your sound. So you need either a mixer, or during these days you can do many things through your laptop with certain programs. So that is important. And the other main important part is like, see, podcast
Microphones, yes, to get good sound.
Good sound.
Very
So,
important.
yeah, that's very important. Like to get. But these days, even the normal microphones from several brands, like they also make almost similar kind of quality sounds. And sound is very important because that soothing sound keep engaging you to watch that content.
Wow.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Beautiful. I think what so Shaji has just mentioned, the first thing is getting a device, right? That is, it could be your iPhone, it could be your Android phone, it could be your mirrorless camera, right? Now, when you get that, you need to get a memory card. You get the memory card, and then you get into looking at how you can edit once you film your footage. You can edit on your phone. We have very good applications right now where you can actually do the editing on your phone. But if you're doing content that needs you to talk, you now get a microphone. And you also made mention of the fact that we have a good number or variety of microphones which are very amazing right now. I think as we progress, you'll talk definitely about some of the microphones and equipment that we can get from iBrand Connect. And guys, this particular episode of the program of the podcast is sponsored by iBrand Connect, and of course we are right here in Mr. Shaji's office. Just chilling. I just had lunch, guys.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for that. And I'm happy about it, but because we just moved into Bajman, and we are in the business tower of Bajman, 13th floor. The office number is 10. So as Ben mentioned, you all can come. Sit with me, understand exactly about the different kinds of equipments what you really need for. See, when you go into the location, that is the time that you feel challenges. So, for example, when Ben asked me, hey, why not we create some podcast? So I said, okay. So the purpose of creating an office in Bergman, one, of course, to sell and showcase my products. And number two, I'm also into the content creation for the last 5 years. We do, I personally do reels on Instagram about small parts of equipments. Now, there are many challenges we also faced in creating these reels. I didn't mention about the light. Light, again, is equal part in terms of the content creation. So even I can mention, like, now when we were trying to fix the lights
right
to
here.
create the scene. So now the curtain is down, and outside it's a beautiful scenery. If you want to get those sceneries as well as me, everything in very clean. So you need to have a very, very powerful light.
Yeah.
Now, when there is a powerful light, then there are possibility of getting reflections on the glasses. So you need to have some circular polarizing filters, and you need some variable neutral density filters, especially when you're shooting with your cameras. You have a set ISO, you have a set shutter speed, you have a set aperture. So now, how you can control your exposure is by means of creating the variable length filters. So we are the distributors of many of these brands, and we have all the solutions.
Beautiful.
So yeah,
that's truly amazing. That's truly amazing. So Shaji, we are still looking at those accessories that newcomers, people who want to get into content creation should get, right? And we've mentioned quite a good number of them. But then I want us to look at the situation of Dubai, UAE. The temperature is something that we should talk about, right? At times, shooting in the desert, there's a lot of dust. At times, during summer, it's extremely hot, right? So what are some of the solutions, like someone like you, what are some of the solutions that you can provide in terms of equipment to sort out some of these issues with regards to temperatures, with regards to climate and shooting conditions?
Now, yeah, you are perfectly right in terms of the temperature situation. Like, here in this part of the world, 6 months are a pleasing weather where you can go out. So, but doesn't matter. Like, like there are plenty of shopping malls, plenty of star hotels. You don't need to do your contents always outside. No. So indoor, there are plenty of indoor possibilities are there. We ourselves conduct iBrand Connect photo talks. Monthly minimum 4 events we do conduct. So someone who is interested in participating those programs, and those programs are not just a training or seminar or a workshop. So the event space what we choose normally are beautiful locations. Now these locations are always good for you to create your own content if you don't find any other locations. And the other good thing is, like, when we create these events. We keep all our equipments on display, and then you can try them. These are the good options for an entry level content creator. Of course, everyone has to take a step to come forward as you did, because otherwise, like the brain is a kind of machine. Like the ideas keep coming, floating. A lot of ideas. Try to write all these ideas on a piece of paper, and then move on with these ideas. Like as Ben mentioned, like it's not just equipment. I was talking more about the equipment. It's the kind of passion that you have to make in practice, and then move into the next level. For example, for a content creator doesn't mean that you keep posting like 5-6 posts in a day. You need to be very careful in arranging, organizing it for the people to view and appreciate you, because it has to be a kind of story. If any boring stories, no one is interested to watch. So whoever want to be a great content creator, they have to think really hard, write down all the ideas, and then plan very well to start the process. So there are so many tutorials available in online, but my suggestion would be prepare yourself very well in advance, create those contents, because the continuation, or is very important. Consistency is very, very important in content creation as well as delivery. So first be as a content creator, try to create all these things, and please don't mind. Many people, like they come in front of me saying that, hey, my face is not looking good, my voice is not that clear. There is no such particular rule or anything for as a content creator. Anyone can be a content creator.
Wow.
Right,
wow, let me take that again. Anyone can be a content creator. There is no room for excuses.
No excuses.
Wow. Thank you very much for that, sir. That's a nugget. Okay, so if I can, summarize what you said, you made mention of the fact that despite the challenges, right, that we have in this part of the world, where we have, temperatures, getting up to 50 and even more at times, and, the dust in the desert, we also have a beautiful landscape here in Dubai, right, where you can actually explore, you can actually take photos and all, and create content. But then, not forgetting the indoor aspect, where you have beautiful malls, you have interiors where you can create content. Now, moving on, I still want us to get back to our topic of discussion, which is talking about equipment. What's your advice to someone who wants to start content creation?
So start with your smartphone. This is my advice. Start with your smartphone and buy one light, which is very important. You won't regret it. Buy one light, and then these days wireless microphones are plenty available. So and it's not that expensive. You can get a combo pack of a brand called Holyland. We sell all the brands, but we are very confident about the brand Holyland. They make the microphones called Lark M2, Lark M2S, and Lark Max. So Lark M2S is more than enough. Once you see the noise cancellation effect of those typical mics, for sure you'll love them. So start at least these two.
Okay.
And then gradually, if you want to just create a kind of interviews like this, of course, with the same mic, it comes as duo, two transmitter and one receiver. And that receiver, you can attach on your smartphone, either is Android or Apple iPhone. and then that can be used on your cameras as well. So it is it's an asset, like it's an asset for around 3 to 4 years. And the light is again an asset. So once you are going into this, because as I mentioned earlier, a content without these aspects, of course, that will go online. But think about, if you do the basics and get those stuff done, it makes your life into a totally different world all put together. One post is more than enough for you to become a professional influencer, or like those clicks, like 1 million clicks or 2 million clicks. Who knows when is that going to come in? So that may be your first post, maybe. So then another thing is like your the how much you want to spend on it. So that's why my suggestion would be, start with a smartphone without any of this, and then try to get it from either your friend, or like you can always connect with us. You can test the equipments with us, and we can also suggest you like what is best as per your pocket.
Okay, I think that's very, very important, because one of the questions I know definitely people will be asking would be just beginning, right? So how do we balance quality? We want quality content, of course. So how do we balance quality and cost? So most people will be asking that question.
Yeah. So now when it comes, like in front of me, there's a mic, and this mic is expensive, and it's not just a mic that goes into a kind of mixer, and that's again an expensive device. Now, when it comes as a newcomer, these kind of things are not that mandatory. When you grow up, you start earning money, so you can invest into these equipments. Or when you are becoming professional, so you can, of course, at the end of the day, influencers makes a lot of money. And you can anyhow grab this kind of equipments in the later stage. But again, your the starting point is very important. Don't keep anything in your mind. Oh, I want to create this, but the time didn't reach. Okay, next week, or maybe next year.
Procrastination.
And let me have first a microphone to start with. Or let me first have a light to start with. Let me first have a new version of smartphone to come in, or new version of mirrorless cameras to come in. Start immediately, and then gradually, you can
build from there.
Yeah.
Wow. So start with what you have. That's the take home. Just start with what you
whatever
have.
you have. Start with that. You can't like wait for, I need to wait for another 2 years to get some money accumulated to buy a smartphone or a mirrorless camera. By the time things will be completely changed. Don't worry. Whatever you have in hand, immediately start with, and gradually, you have a will. For sure, 100%. There'll be surely a way.
There'll be a way. Okay, so sir, I think at this point, moving on, I would like us to look at the variety of equipment
that we carry.
Yes.
Okay. Now, as I mentioned in the beginning, like we are the one-stop destination for iBrand Connect is a one-stop destination for content creation gear. We started with a brand called HNY Filters. So during Corona, we started our business, and HNY Filter and Leo Photo. They make amazing stands, and stability is very important. Of course, when I want to just talk about HNY Filters, they make variety of different glasses to make your picture looking better. So there are, for sure, everyone who is having a camera should have a protection filter. So they make those protection filters. And then when you go out, reflections are all around, especially the countries like where a lot of light, the reflections are more, and it affects your photographs as well as videograph.
Yeah.
So there are circular polarizing filters they make, and they make amazing square filter system with magnetic square filter systems. So it is, if I want to just talk about magnetic square filter system, it's a never-ending topic.
We can talk for like
For the entire day for that. So my suggestion would be, you can always contact me. You can post my number also.
Oh, definitely. I'm going to leave the link to your socials on
so
the
like
description.
someone who is having some difficulties in understanding about filters, either they can come on all our events, what we do, at least 4 events in a month. So especially for a videographer, HNY, they create a variable ND filter.
Okay.
It's called revoring. That can be used on your camera. For example, like those who understand about exposures, if you are shooting a video like 24 frames per second, so you should keep the shutter speed as 1/50. And then if you want to get the depth of field, you should open up your aperture. So what happens if there is no neutral density filters, then your complete picture is going to be
overexposed and stuff.
overexposed. Like it will be completely burned out. So if you have a variable ND filters, it's always better for you to control your exposure through the filters. And the great advantage of those filters are, it's called a variable ring. So you don't need to have those step up or step down rings. One filter alone, you can attach into multiple
lenses.
So that's an amazing stuff. Second brand, as I mentioned, is the Leo Photo. So for content, you need a proper stable tripod or a stand to carry your mobile smartphone or cameras. So Leo Photo, they make amazing carbon fiber lightweight tripods and plenty of accessories. Once you come and visit our place, you can see almost around 500 different pieces of equipments are there, stored with us. And the third brand, which we are really confident about for the general, public, is it's called PGY Tech. So again, to carry around, you need to carry all these equipments in a proper, professional, well secured camera bags. And then, you have some amazing neck straps and wrist straps, card reader and writer and, storage for the card. So almost around 200 to 300 different ranges of products we have from PGY Tech.
Wow.
The fourth brand what we have is called Viconian. They make amazing LED lights. Again, these lights are, RGB lights, to create some cinematic effect and all, and plus a basic content creation can be done with one single light of our, the Viconian also. And they make sliders, camera sliders.
Okay.
And recently they come up with an amazing monopod system with one click. You can lift up or down. So we'll be getting that soon.
Okay.
So that's a fourth brand. The fifth brand for us is called Tourbox. Tourbox is a console. Most of you content creators spend a lot of time in front of computer in terms of editing. So what Tourbox do, you can have all your shortcut keys assigned in Tourbox, different switches. So you don't need to use your mouse anymore. Just click that button and control through your Tourbox. It's an amazing device which makes your life easier, which takes you to at least 40 to 50% of your workload. And the sixth one is Shimoda backpacks. So they make good backpacks for especially for extreme climatical conditions to carry your expensive gears.
Yes.
And not just these distribution brands. On our stores, we tell to the people saying that you are one-stop destination for any photography, videography or content creation equipments. We are completely open. You can send us your requirements on our WhatsApp. and we are more than happy to support you, and we are also there along with you.
Oh yes,
You
yes,
know,
yes,
you can
yes.
feel that, like whoever is there, who understands about the last 5 years of our
Of the
events
journey. I mean, the
and the
events and
journey.
all. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah, the support. So let's now talk about the photo talks, the photo walks. Let's talk about this vision of bringing together creatives, bringing together content creators, photographers, videographers. You said you've organized over 390 events. That's a lot. Tell us about this.
when I just look back, even for me also, I can't believe that in these 4 years. So we started our business in 2019 October. So of course Corona came in 2020, and almost 1 year we were completely stuck. So we started our first event in the month of Jan 2021. So that was with just this gentleman, where is weather by. So
Okay.
he came over here, and as I mentioned, like for a content creator, you need to take a first step.
Very,
So
very true.
we did our first step of we named that as called iBrand Connect Photo Talk. So the photo talk is not just a talk. It may be a seminar, maybe a workshop, rooftop photography event, product photo shoot, a fashion shoot, and everything. We just termed them as a photo talk.
Talk.
Sad to say that the second photo talk's been done by Brian Peterson. He passed away last 5th of April. One of great photographer I ever met.
May his soul rest in peace.
Yeah. So from there, like when you created 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you can't sleep without doing it.
Yeah.
So we did it. We did 10 in the year 2021 first quarter.
Okay.
And the challenge for us, like it has been given to us, was to create 52 talks in a year. So which means 52 weeks, 52 talks. So when Ramadan came in 2021, I personally was thinking about, hey, what to do. So the one full month we can't do anything either in terms of sales or in terms of creating these activities. Something came in my mind, thanks God. An idea of something called Iftar Photo Talk. So the similar kind of pattern of this event, we did it throughout Ramadan days. So the first event we did 28 days with 28 events, 28
Wow.
influences.
Wow.
It was a kind of great success, irrespective of like even Corona, because you have to be with the masks on, and the total allowed members in a restaurant is only 14, and that too around 3 meters away. So we could do that on 2021. And then again, we continued doing it, and first year our number reached into 70.
Wow.
So instead of 52, we reached 70. Now there is one challenge in there. Now what happens, like if you overperform, so every year you have to do the overperformance.
Yeah, of course you have to.
people will always look into, hey, what's
happening?
wrong?
You did 70, so we are expecting more.
Much more on that, or much great events more than that. So next year, that is in 2022, of course 2021 we did this event in Alsif Heritage Hotel. 2022 we did this event in 3 different hotels. So that time the restriction of having 14 is gone.
It's
up.
gone.
So we were getting on every day 50 and above. So that year, during the Ramadan time, 2022 Ramadan time, we got almost around 1,200 people in 1 month.
Wow.
So again, for me, I'm a people person. So these 1,200 people, I know them face to face.
Face to face, yeah.
And then again, we continued this. So last Iftar event we did in Bertrand. For the last 3 years, we were doing in Bertrand. And 2023 event photographs are still on.
Wow.
display in Bergman. So once you come towards Bergman Business Towers through our office, you
The
can
B
see the
Hub.
B Hub. So you can
Yeah.
see the entire pictures being
And that's the
printed.
very first thing I noticed when I was coming for the photo talk,
Yeah.
the IFTA photo talk this year. Yeah.
It was
Okay.
amazing, right?
Super, super amazing.
Yeah.
Super cool. It was super cool.
Super
Super cool.
cool.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
It
I
was
think,
it was a long, like if you look back, it seems like a long journey. But yes, I sometimes feel it's just like a dream. Through all this, what I got as friends are almost around 7,200 people so far. So
wow.
how I count through our Instagram. Yeah, because it's completely organic and 7,200 friends, and each friends I know them.
People you know, you've
I know
met.
them each other. Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah, so we
Wow.
don't do any kind of boosting or anything on our posts. This again an advice towards the content creators. There is no need for any boosting or paid promotions or anything to get your contents into the next level. Whatever good things that you do, for sure the world is looking at you, and for sure you will go into the totally different level.
So let's move on to the vision. Like, what is the vision for iBrand Connects? Let's say in the next 3 to 5 years, 10 years. What should we expect to see differently?
Okay, so of course there is a vision and a goal. Without that, you cannot live in this world. But for me, I can't say that I it's enough for, like, and I always suggest people not to retire as well. So 35 years been into photography, and thanks to UAE government, they given me a golden visa as a photographer.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah, so I had to give back to the community a lot. So I do personal trainings into photography basics. Basics means like someone who want to understand about a camera. So we need to understand the basics of exposure triangle and all the switches and menus of a camera, things like that. So many ask me a kind of question, hey, why you are charging for a basic photography course this kind of amount? And I say 35 years of experience is giving away in 8 hours. It's a kind of lot of information which has been learned,
Over the
tried,
years.
and is giving to it. Whoever is coming for those kind of one-on-one, they are getting amazing opportunities on all our photo talks, the forums, and it's a multi-million end product. So yeah, so I love what I do. And the other answer for your question of a vision and a goal, for sure, yeah, being a businessman, I love business. As I said, this is my bread and butter. At the same time, like anyone in this world, I also want to live a great life. So you fight hard, be connected with the people, do good things for them, and then you achieve your goals into the next level. For sure, I have a big, dream of creating an amazing photography, videography, and content creators store with complete, engagement zones. And yeah, so it has to be a kind of hub for everyone 24/7.
Amazing.
So yeah.
Amazing. I'm liking that. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, sir. So we're driving towards the end of this episode. I mean, we have so many other things to discuss, and we'll definitely be, happy to have you talk about other topics on the podcast. But now I just want to talk to the viewers. Your last words. Like, what's your final words before we go?
Again, thank you very much for inviting me and coming to my place to have this podcast.
Thank you, sir.
To the viewers, without you all, without your support, iBrand Connect is nowhere. I sincerely thank all of you for the support given to us for the last 5 years. And I request your support in buying your content creators gears or getting your solutions into content creation. Like, for example, if some of your friends or relatives or colleagues are talking about, yes, we want to make a podcast studio, we want to create a professional studio, if something related to that, or any equipment requirements like cameras, lenses, accessories or microphones, lights, you can always, connect with us. And follow our Instagram page, which is iBrand Connect. And those who are interested to be a part of our WhatsApp group, again, as I mentioned, it is not a chat group getting good morning, good afternoon, and good night messages. So only me will be communicating with all our forthcoming events. It is always better for you to update what are things that we are conducting in iBrand Connect. And thanks again. Thanks, Ben, and all the best wishes for you. And keep growing,
Thank
keep
you so
going
much,
with
sir.
the passion, and all the
Thank
best
you.
wishes. Super cool.
Super cool, super cool. It is super cool, guys. Thank you very much for joining us on today's episode of the Clicks of Influence podcast. I was joined by Sir Shaji, and of course, I'm sure you got a lot, from this particular episode of the podcast. And if you intend, getting into content creation, you already know what to do, right? It is iBrand Connect. Thank you, guys. I'll be leaving the links to iBrand Connect's social media handles and also the WhatsApp group, so you can always, get informed about the photo talks and everything iBrand Connects. And thank you very much, guys, for supporting the channel. You can subscribe to our channel if you've not done so, and for those who've subscribed, thank you very much. Until we meet again in the next episode of the podcast, this was super cool. Bye bye.